Okay, so we're about to start our adventure, our 2-day adventure into the city, into Toronto. We're on the GO train. This is what the GO train sort of looks like. It's not really filled up right now, but that's because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not really rush hour or anything like that. Although, mind you, way over there is the parking lot, and it's a huge parking lot, but we were able to find a spot, but it wasn't easy. I had to yell at Walter, there's a hole, stick it in the hole. And
actually backed in, which is something I never do.
yes, he backed into the hole. Okay, there's a lot of things we could do with that, but we're not going to do that. So yeah, so we're going to start our adventure. First leg of our journey is to take this train into Toronto to Union Station. Okay, so we've arrived downtown Toronto, took the subway up from Union, and now we're at the Holiday Inn checking in. We'll see what goes from here. Okay, so we're checked in. This is our room, bathroom, bed.
The rooms are small, but we already knew that.
We knew these guys. We've stayed here before. I think they've refurbished it since the last time we were here. Television. It's okay, but you want to see the view? View's wonderful. Look at that. There's the view of nothing. Apartment buildings. But that's okay. We're not here for the view. So, and it did come with a little fridge. That's good. Now, the main thing I always look for, what about connections for charging devices? Ooh, look, that's good. The USBs. Well, I brought my adapters and an outlet. Okay, that'll work. Now, is there one on the other side of the bed, or is that all we've got? Well, we have outlets and USBs here on either side of the TV. Oh, there's one on this side too. Okay, so we've got his and his connections. That's good. That will do us quite well. Okay, that's all right. It's not an expensive room. It's about $200 a night, which is pretty cheap for downtown Toronto. Like, really cheap for downtown Toronto. So if you're coming to Toronto and you've never been here before, don't expect all hotels in downtown Toronto to be $200 a night. More like double that, if not higher. What? I'm telling you, this costs us $200 a night, right? Yeah, but not all downtown hotels in Toronto.
The next cheapest one was $300 a night.
Yeah. So, and actually, prices have come down a little bit. At one point, they were like starting at around $400.
It's the winter.
Of course, yeah, it is off season. That's right. Yeah, it's kind of If you're a tourist, you're not coming to Toronto in the winter. Unless you have a very specific purpose. Anyways, it will do. It's fine. We have a little fridge. And I was just telling everybody, it meets my criterion for connections. You've got some on your side. I have some on my side. Mind you, they are USB ports, not UCB. But that's okay. I brought my adapters. Or, no, I don't have adapters. No, I don't need adapters. I've got...
Yeah, I have the little charging circles, so...
Yeah, that's what I have too. But that plugs into a USB.
No.
USB?
Mine are USB-Cs.
Okay, I still have stuff with me that's going to make it work. So, okay. So, this is a big Canadian chain grocery store. This one's one of the biggest ones in downtown Toronto called Loblaws. Prices here are not particularly inexpensive. And they have a vast selection, as you can see, of all kinds of things. They have ready-made foods. They have ones that they will make up for you as well. And we're just in here. We just went to the LCBO liquor store, and we're in here now just looking for some munchy kind of things. Oh, Walter found something.
No, I think we're in the wrong section.
What's that?
I think we're in the wrong section.
Oh, we're in with the houseware stuff.
There's 2 levels of floors.
Oh.
Picking these.
Yeah, it's a big one. You can get really lost in here. Okay, we're into spices, cheese, Miss Vicky potato chips, frozen cheese, some cheese. No, there is no spray cheese. Is this Canada? We don't have spray cheese. So, I'll have to pick these things up. Okay, this is the center of the city. This is what they used to call Dundas Young Square. It now has a Aboriginal name, because everything in Toronto has old names taken away and Aboriginal names given to it. I don't know, it's like Sucka something or other here, but this is the infamous Eaton Center. We're going to go inside there and you can see it, but yeah. So this is kind of the equivalent to New York Times Square and Piccadilly Circus in London. Not on the same scale. But we're a smaller country. So this is called the Eaton Centre, and this used to be the Eaton store, but Eaton's is no longer a store in Canada. They went out of business. They were here for over 100 years and they're gone now. But this is a new store, that's new chain called Simone's, which is out of Quebec, and they're spreading out into Ontario. We've never been in a Simone's. This is a department store. You know, usual kind of stuff. I don't know what their prices are like. I think they have some things that are high end and other things that are a little bit more affordable. So a little bit of everything. So this is the Eaton Centre Mall. It's a tourist destination, a lot of different stores, a lot of high-end stores in it as well.
3 floors.
And it's 3 floors. This is just one far end of it. When we get down halfway through it, oh, just smell some weed. Yeah, if you come to Canada, you have to realize weed is legal in Canada, and they smoke it here on a regular basis. So now you have another view of it from an upper level.
And the Dundas Square was actually the one that you saw a little bit ago. It was actually called Sankofa Square.
Yeah, that's the new name, Sankofa Square. And of course, every mall has to have a Victoria's Secret. And you know what Victoria's Secret is, right? Victoria's Secret is, she's a man. Uh-huh. So we're at the other end of the Eaton Centre right now, as you can see. And if you go down here,
Outside the Apple Store.
we're outside the Apple Store, where there was I haven't got him on camera, security guard that, oh please, frisk me. But anyways, and this is the food court area. It's a little chopped up here to see it because of the stairs and escalators. The escalator seems to be under construction. That one. Yeah, so, you know, this is if you come to Toronto, everybody will say, did you go to the Eaton Centre? This is what they're talking about. Some sculpture up here of geese. And this has been here a long time, this mall. Like 50 years?
Yeah, that's about that.
Probably. Yeah, probably at least 50. Hard to believe. We remember when it was being built. Okay, so we're having dinner. Actually, it's more like appetizer and beer at a place called Old Grady's. We've been here over the years several times before. It's down in the gay district of Toronto, and we're just staying around the corner really from it. So we've already had 2 of these. We're having a third one because they're only about $6 a draft because it's happy hour, but it's about to run out. And then we had a big thing of nachos, and actually they're not particularly inexpensive. They're about, probably with what the little extras we got with it, the cheese and the guacamole and that, probably about $40. But there was a lot of them. Do you see any left? No, they took the plate away. No, we did finish them off with that. So this is what the bar looks like. It's a little pub kind of a thing. It's been here for years and years and years. And we've been here, as I said before. It's kind of nice in the summertime because they have a patio as well, right out on the street. Now, we haven't been to the patio in a couple of years. And of course, tonight's not really a good night for patios since it's January. Certainly would keep your beer cold, though.
It's -8 right now.
It's -8 Celsius at the moment, so it's still balmy. But, well, for us as Canadians. Okay. We're sitting in a somewhat gay positive restaurant, and then we suddenly got a whole bunch of runners in here. So it's very strange. Definitely times have changed since when we used to come here back in the heyday. But now it's like, okay, they're runners and they've taken over here. And as far as we can tell, they are a gay running group as well. So, yeah, you can see in Walter's eyes shock. So, we are in Little Canada. The miniatures of all the different places there are here. So I guess we start with Niagara Falls by the looks of things. So this is Brock Monument at Queenston Heights. That's where we beat the Americans' asses in the War of 1812. This is the GO train. That's what we came in on. Ours is bigger, slightly bigger. This is Niagara on the Lake. Niagara on the Lake is a picturesque little town, and it's also right dead center of all the wineries, and that's what they're showing here on the Niagara Peninsula. And things look pretty accurate when it comes to what these really look like. And so that's the floral clock, which actually does exist. Well, all this stuff exists. Power station, which I don't know if it does anything anymore.
No, it's not.
Just
operational.
Yeah. Cable car. And of course, now you have Niagara Falls itself.
Niagara Falls, Canada.
Yeah.
With the crossing, bridge crossing, entrance to Canada.
Yep. You'll notice this piece has been torn off now because we're not letting you back in here. But that's Americans. Yes, I am going to make a lot of jokes about Americans, so too bad. The hotels, the casino. You can go down and walk out. I've done that before many years ago, where you go under the falls. And that's the Horseshoe Falls. And the American Falls should be around this corner, I would assume. Yes, here it is. This is the American Falls. Nice try, little ditty. The observation bridge. I don't know what the story of that was. Whether that was going to be another bridge at one time right across.
I think it was a bridge and then they tore it down. They left the section open because that's the only way they could see the Waterloo Falls.
Oh, right. We have been on that. At least I have. I don't know if you have. Have you ever been on that one? I have been. Many years ago.
You can see the Waterloo Falls from Canada.
Yeah, true. Well, those were in the days when all you needed, you just walked across the bridge and into the States. You didn't need a passport or anything. Those days are long gone. Okay, we clear you. So there you go. You get to see the skyline of Toronto at night. CN Tower. Traffic. On this side, that's the art college, that strange looking building with all the squares. The Chelsea. And I think City Hall's over. This is old City Hall here, this older building with the clock tower. So really, you're getting a tour of Toronto from this point. And this is Nathan Phillips Square. This is City Hall, Toronto City Hall. The other one I showed you was the old City Hall. This is what replaced it.
I think it turns light again after its period of time.
Yeah, it cycles through the daytime to nighttime. I hope this didn't pick up the music. St. Lawrence Market. There's a new St. Lawrence Market. After we're done here, we're going down to it.
And Distillery District.
And yes, all of this is the Distillery District down here, which we may be going to later on too.
Oh, we're going to light. We're going to take light.
Oh, okay, we're switching over to daylight. There we go, daylight. And this is Union Station. This is what we came to on the GO train. This is the front of Union Station. Union Station went under a major revamping over the last 10 years. And you can see that glassy part on the other side. That's all where the trains come in. You can see them coming in and going out. GO train. Now you see all these little people that are down here. There is supposedly a spot in here where you can get 3D scanned and they will make you into a miniature and put you in one of these displays. Steam whistle. And of course this is the Rogers Center. The Sports Academy where the Blue Jays play. And of course the CN Tower. So this is Hamilton. Hamilton is to the west of Toronto. Another big city. Steel town, actually. And that's what they're showing here. The Costco Steel. And that over there, the bridge, is the Burlington Skyway. You drive across that. It's kind of the entranceway into the Niagara Peninsula area. First Tim Hortons. Where? Right there. That's the first Tim Hortons in Canada. A hockey game going on. the Highway of Heroes, which is the 401. And this shows like when they bring back soldiers. People will drape Canada flag and stand there to honor them. So this is Stratford. It's the big Shakespearean festival theater town. The town is called Stratford. This was built in about 1956-57. Been there many times in my life to see Shakespearean plays. It's in the dark right now. We're in the dark. So a little harder to see. Windmills on the horizon. See here how long it takes before we get daylight. So here through this window you can see the control area, the room for everything. They have a train status board. So I guess this is where they check everything, and some of the trains come in here. There's somebody working in there. And so we have fireworks over the top of the Parliament buildings. We're still in the night here, but this is what happens on July the 1st every year. Canada, they light up the Parliament buildings outside and they have fireworks and everything, and hundreds of people attend. Never have been, because I don't like crowds. They have a big screen in the back.
Go back when it becomes daylight again.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it might be getting daylight.
Oh, it might be coming up to daylight. Yes, here we go. We're coming up to daylight now, so get a better look at this. There we go. Full light. So this is all the Parliament buildings, the main block, and then the east part. One is the Judicial, Supreme Court, and the other is where the MPs all hang out. The big castle-like place is Chateau Laurier. You can stay there. It's a hotel. Big one. I was there once for a wedding reception many years ago. Very posh, also very expensive. This is the National Museum. What do they call the National Museum? It's the
National Art Gallery.
That's not the National Art Gallery. It's the National Gallery of Canada. There's more than just art in it. There's this back of the Parliament buildings. Now that is something you don't necessarily have easy access to see. That is, the Parliament buildings burnt down in early 20th century, in around 1900s or something like that. And the only thing that remained standing was that building with the little peak on it, not the clock, the other one. That's I think they call that Victorian Library. It's the library for the Parliament buildings. And then they rebuilt everything else. And now they're not showing it on this display, but the Parliament buildings have been going under a major restoration and additions added to it for the last 10 years, kind of a thing, which will be really nice. They're going to have a visitor center right in front of it. So, like a huge one. So this is across the Ottawa River. On the other side, now we're in Quebec. And basically our national capital is divided into these two places. It's all the national capital. The French side, Gatineau, and the Ontario side. And this is one of the other, this is the, which museum is this one?
That's the History Museum.
Is that the history?
Yeah, Canadian Museum of History.
Yeah. If you come to Ottawa, you have to go there. I don't know what it costs, if it costs anything anymore or not.
It is. They charge you.
It used to be free.
I think it's Tuesdays. It's free or something.
Yeah. And then I don't know what this amusement park is.
Gatineau Balloon Festival.
Oh, okay. That must be some. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's French.
No, like that.
Yeah. Now earlier I said that they can scan you and then they make you into a little miniature and add you to the display. So this is where they do that. Oh, Mount St. Anne, yeah. This is...
If you look at the sign over here, it says Petite Quebec.
Oh, okay, there we go. Petite Quebec is where we are. Mount St. Anne is a famous area in Eastern Canada for skiing. We have skied there. Well, I screamed mostly all the way down because I didn't really know how to ski. And you may ask, why was I there? Long story. Just to say that, yeah, I was more into après-ski than actual skiing. Is this St. Anne du Pré? Yeah, this is St. Anne du Pré, a very famous Catholic church, but miracles supposedly happen here. And what they have inside the church, you will find crutches and wheelchairs and, you know, leg braces, things like that. And people have claimed over the years that by going in here to St. Anne du Pré and praying, you will be cured. I have a feeling it's a legend. This is the Montmorency Falls. And Carnival. So we must be in Old Quebec here, Quebec City.
Because there's the, what's that?
Oh, Benham.
No.
Oh, the Chateau Frontenac.
Chateau.
That's the Chateau Frontenac. Again, very famous in Canada.
I think we're going tonight again.
Oh, we're starting to go into night. That's a big, in the wintertime, they have that in the old part of the town, and you can go down it. It's a toboggan run. I don't know if you actually get on a toboggan. I think they give you like mats or something. I'm not sure. It's not a luge. Okay.
Yeah, that's the wall, right? And then it goes down to the town below.
Yeah, so this is the lower Quebec City, and this is the old part of Quebec City. So a lot of these houses have been here since, well, a couple of hundred years.
Next to the St. Lawrence River.
Yes, it's next to the St. Lawrence River. We're all in the dark at the moment. And this is modern Quebec, like the business, politics, business, the whole bit of the city. Quebec City is an interesting place to come to because it's not like you're in Canada, it's more like you're in Europe when you're there because of the way it looks, the architecture and everything like that. It's basically one of the oldest cities in Canada, it in Montreal, and then, you know, out in the East Coast just got settled first, but then they moved up to St. Lawrence, the explorers and that, and established Quebec City and Montreal. So the further west you go in Canada, the newer everything becomes because that's how it was settled. So if you go out west to say like Edmonton, you're not going to find the old historical buildings that you'll see in Quebec because it's relatively new in timeline of exploration. Now, you may have heard me mention Peggy's Cove. And Peggy's Cove is where Ron and Joan live. They live very close to Peggy's Cove. And that's this famous lighthouse of Peggy's Cove. We have been there before. So this is Halifax area. Bay of Fundy with the famous reversing falls, which are really just rapids. The reason being is when the tide comes in from the ocean and goes out, well, the water runs one way and then it runs the other way. And you can see they've got the little rapids right there, and then they have something called Magnetic Hill, which I've been on, and really it's more of an optical illusion. It's not really magnets or anything like that. I think we're starting to lighten again, so we'll get into daylight. Cavendish Farms over the far side, famous manufacturer of potato products. Probably most famous is their frozen French fries. They are pretty much a Canadian staple. See? Peggy's Cove said, wave to Ron and Joan.
Where?
The lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
Because they live within a stone's throw from it, according to Ron, so.
It's becoming light again.
Yes, here we go. I was waiting for it to come light again, so show you.
There's Newfoundland over there.
Yeah, I know. I saw it already. So that on top of the hill, is that the city? No, that's not the Citadel. Fort. There we go. We're into the daylight now. What's that?
Oh, I don't know. It's here.
Well, this is all,
This
this is Halifax, because there's the water. Yeah. So that's got to be the Citadel.
Yeah, it must be, yeah.
Yeah. That building
Yeah, we
doesn't, I
climbed
guess.
up to it.
Yeah, we've been up there, yeah. Oh yeah,
That's how-
there's the famous part of the Citadel that everybody would recognize right there. That blue domed part. Then you go up to the fort. It's a bit of a hike, I can tell you, going up there. The East Coast is beautiful in Canada. If you're into scenery, if you're into hiking, you're into history, East Coast is the place to come in Canada. It's a little bit more sleepy than the rest of Canada. Like, it doesn't have the hustle and the bustle of Ontario, but that's what makes Canada unique, because each province is very unique. And this is a really good way to see Canada. Come here. Now, this is the kind of the end of what they have here, because they are creating one for Montreal, we were told, and they're going to work on the prairies and on the Rockies, but that's going to be several years. We were told that it's taken to get this much done 15 years already. And I thought many of these things were 3D printed, but they are not. They are manufactured by hand from like plexiglass and things like that, and different compounds. Some of them are manufactured in Europe and brought here. There are a few things that are 3D printed, and I think when we go back upstairs, we can see what that's all about. They have a special display honoring our war vets and Vimy Ridge. And this is a model of Vimy Ridge, of the monument that's there, the memorial. And that's the Maker's Lab. And all of these are various figurines of the giant family that built Little Canada. So it looks like these are all people associated with the creation of this, all done in 3D scanned and printed.
That we were supposed to look for, but we couldn't find.
Oh, there's the moose. This is all the Maker's Lab in here. I think that would be a fun job.
He came back the next day. We are Canadian. You should bring back that beer commercial.
And it's really important we use our values.
Yes. Yes.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. So I take it everything you make is made by hand?
Most things, yes.
Yeah. And when I was downstairs, I mentioned about 3D printing. So, but you don't seem to do a lot of 3D printing.
Only about 15 to 20% is 3D printed. Most of what we do is laser cut. Some things we will sculpt. We'll carve foam for the mountains and all the terrain. It just depends on what we're building. So a lot of the 3D printed things are things that we need multiple of the same thing. So beds, boats,
Right.
things that have a more three-dimensional
Look to it.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
that the 3D print. So Parliament was laser cut, but the towers were 3D.
And what printer system do you use? Like make of printers for 3D?
The precious.
Prushas?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I do 3D printing. I have a mill, but
Yeah.
I'm a bamboo boy. But yeah. Well, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
It's fascinating.
That's how they did the skaters.
Oh yeah, I see. They have a. Maybe I need to explore making things that move more.
Yeah.
In miniature. I'm sure there's ways.
None of it.
There you go. None of it. Now you understand why we'll have none of it. This is the north, little north, and it's actually cool in here. I'm not sure if that's on purpose. Probably is. Yep, Northwest Passage, Franklin Expedition. This is an Arctic icebreaker. And I think this is supposed to be Santa's village. That's the North Pole. Yeah, Santa doesn't live at the North Pole, okay? Just in case you thought. And Santa's gone underground. It's the elves, everybody that's making things. Christmas countdown, 335 days to Christmas. The Road to Nowhere, this is called. And this is way up north on the Pacific coast. This is up in the Yukon, in the Northwest Territories. This is Dawson City. And the car on ice.
Santa's all over.
Okay, so this is the Okanagan Valley in BC, which is a wine district. But take a look at this. It's two kangaroos boxing. I don't know if they have kangaroos. You know they had kangaroos in Okanagan Valley.
It's known for its wineries, food orchards, but it also is home to Kangaroo Creek Farm.
Oh, didn't know that right here in our own country. We could have just gone out to Okanagan.
Here you can hop around with one of the largest kangaroos, the red kangaroo, or play with the smallest wallabies, and the Dama wallaby. So there you go.
There you go.
That's
Kangaroos to see kangaroos because they're so fluffy. Capilano.
we were on the Capilano.
Yeah, we were on the Capilano. We've been there. We've been on that bridge. Quilter just about shit his pants. Okay, wonder what that sound effect's for. And that's all downtown Vancouver.
Stanley Park.
Yep, Stanley Park. And then there's the Vancouver Aquarium. Did we ever go to that? I don't think we did. I don't think we went to the aquarium.
Yeah, well, first
Did
trip we went to Vancouver, we went to the aquarium. And
Oh, did
it's
we?
Probably been rebuilt since. we
Oh,
went.
probably. And this is Canada Place, Vancouver. We've been there before. I think that was built for one of the Olympics that were out there at one point in time.
Can't remember what.
I'm not really sure.
Kind of a place.
Yeah,
I don't.
I thought they'd put it up for the Olympics and that. Now it's a tourist destination. Oh yeah, that's the convention center. That one. This one's Canada Place with the sails or the tenting, whatever you want to call it.
No, it was built to look like a ship, and it's complex with a convention center.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Because it was built before the Olympics.
Oh, okay. We're going tonight. Oh, that's the Olympic Stadium down here.
因为我在国内问过这
That's the Olympic Stadium.
咋拿呀？我要被气死。我气了你个人！
数学还有历史呢。
这他妈问的啥题呀？我知道啊，但我翻译我都不知道它是啥。为什么写在这里？因为我看到了 C。我他妈语我都告诉你了，我国内语文50分。
And this is Granville Island, which is in Vancouver as well, and it's kind of a touristy district, market, restaurants, things like that. We've been there as well. The Emily Carr House. Somewhere back in there. And we're in Victoria now. And that's the Parliament buildings in Victoria for BC. So there you go. You've now had a tour of Canada. And of course, it all ends up in the obligatory gift shop. So where we are now is the old St. Lawrence Market. They built another one across the street, a newer one. But this is where you can get all kinds of interesting food things. Bakery stuff, meat, there's butchers here, farm stuff. Farmers markets on the weekend. A lot of people that live in Toronto come down here to get their fresh vegetables and things like that. Breads, artesian breads, all kinds of things. And there you go, the perfect female, which we had the other day for lunch at home because we have a ton. Yeah, which is not Canadian bacon. Well, what they call Canadian bacon is the center cut out of a piece of ham. And that is not peanut. That is not Canadian bacon. Ooh, butter tarts. Now, this is a Friday, so it's not real busy. But you came here on the weekend and it'll be packed. It's making me hungry. Butter tarts. All your produce, fruits, vegetables. Speaking of fruit and vegetable, look who's in front of us. So this is the old St. Lawrence Market. This is what we were just in. Now we're going over to the new one. This building here with the truck sitting in front of it at the light. A little bit of a warning here. Look up. Look way up. Well, don't see any ice or snow falling today. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Well, that was a bit of a letdown because there's nothing in there. It looks like it's only on the weekend. There was one.
The farmers market.
Yeah, well, there was one stall looked like they were setting up. This is a Friday, so I guess on the weekend that part's open, and the main St. Lawrence Market is still in existence here. So this area is what they call the Distillery District. There are condos in here, but there's all little shops, artisan kind of things, restaurants, breweries, winery kind of things, all down in here. And this was originally, they called it Distillery District because Goodham's? Gooderham, that made whiskey. This back in, over 100 years ago, 150 years ago, this was all of theirs. And then, of course, they went out of business or whatever, moved on. And this went into disrepair for many, many years, and now it's been gentrified. We'll get a better shot of when we get to the main part. Yeah, I see. So there's the original sign of the distillery when it was here. And you can see all of these buildings that would have been producing the whiskey are now art galleries and kitschy little shops and things like that, and restaurants and everything else. So we're down here to find some place to eat, and it is cold, very cold down here because we're very close to the lake when we're down here. So we're having lunch here in the district, in the Distillery District at Mill Street Brewery. See their menu. Close up your menu. Now go the other way. I want there. This is where we're at. Except their selection on their menu wasn't really that great, so we decided to get a pizza and a kale salad and split the two between us. I'm a little disappointed in their selections. I mean, if you wanted a burger, they have several burgers, but they all have 2 patties on
No,
it.
and then they have, get this, a Mill Street cheese steak sandwich
Yeah,
with shaved pork loin.
yeah. So how's that steak? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So maybe it's the style, but a steak sandwich is a steak sandwich, right? Has steak, not pork. So whatever. But we've settled on the pizza and a salad, and I'm having a stout, and Walter's having, is that a lager?
No, it's a Tank House Pale Ale,
No.
which doesn't look too pale.
No. Oh, it looks like urine. Ooh, gracious. Well, it's going to look like that in one way or eventually. So, we have now traveled away from downtown by a few blocks, and we're at the Art Gallery of Ontario. We haven't been here for a while. So we're going in, 1, because it's warm, and 2, to look at art and be cultured. So, we're going out for Walter's birthday, and this is where we're going. This is called the Keg Mansion, as you can see. It's an old house, so this should be fun.
Maybe if you another restaurant.
What's that?
Maybe if it's another restaurant, they might add that. What?
I couldn't hear you.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, anyways, this is the inside of the Keg. You can see it's all different rooms and things like that. And we've just ordered a cocktail. We're having Keg Caesars. And for you Americans, that would be sort of like a Bloody Mary, but not. It's a Canadian concoction. Although I know you guys can get Caesars now because it tastes Clamato juice. There was one time when you couldn't get Clamato juice for it, but that's okay. I know you can now. But anyways, that's what we're starting with. And we'll go from there. So we got our cocktail. We both got Caesars, as I said. This is what they look like. I already ate my bean. There was a bean in it, which is quite nice. And the celery. There, Walter's fishing out his bean. You can see his bean. It was bigger than that. He's
Yeah, it
already
was
done.
bigger than that. I already ate half of it.
He gnawed on it, not on his bean. They're very spicy, which I don't mind. I like them that way. And we've ordered our appetizer. We're having escargot. So here's our escargot. Walter just had one. How was it?
Very good.
Same as we always
the
like?
keg makes really good escargot.
Yes, their sauce on it is really good. It's just not garlic. It's got a lot of other things in it too. Not sure what they are. I made it once actually. I found a recipe and it came out pretty close. But I think there's curry in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, very tasty. Here's mine. And we got one Caesar salad. Oftentimes we order the classic and it comes with Caesar salad, and after you have an appetizer, you're just too full. So we just ordered one Caesar salad, and they split it for us actually. And now we're getting our wine. So okay, so Walter's got his steak, and so do I. And we both got the same one. And thank you. And of course I have to have my steak sauce, and it's Keg sauce, and I love Keg sauce. And so how's your meat?
Good.
Walter says meat is good. So that was our 2 nights in Toronto for Walter's birthday. We're on our way Saturday morning back home ahead of the big storm of the century supposedly that we're going to get later tonight and into tomorrow with up to possibly 30 centimeters of snow. That's a lot. That's almost a yard.
And it's what, minus 20 right now.
It's minus 20 right now.
Yes.
It was minus 22 when we got on the subway, but it's warmed up. No chilly. So, the end of our adventure in Toronto. Okay, so that's Lake Ontario. And because it's so cold today and this lake is not totally frozen solid, we're getting the moisture from the lake coming up and it's creating these clouds right on the lake itself. You can see it. I'm into trees right now. I don't know if this will open up.
Yeah, well, I think.
There you go. There's a quick shot. but kind of an interesting phenomena. If you don't live next to a lake, you may never have seen this before. And we're plastic because we're in the trees.
Actually, let's go back.
Oh, wait.
Okay. That's the solution. That's the solution.
There you go. So now you've got a little better shot of the clouds that are formed on the lake. It's really quite interesting. There they are. Almost look like ice caps.